WBTV News starts right now.
Good afternoon, Stars. Today is Friday, December 1st. Let's check today's headlines.
Major developments in the Russia investigation.
Mr. Compton joins the newscast.
And your weekend forecast.
Thanks for joining us, Stars. I'm Logan Skelton.
And I'm Star Luna. Let's check today's trivia question.
Game creator Satoshi Tajiri had a childhood desire to catch every type of insect. The question is, what popular cartoon series and game was inspired by his hobby to catch them all?
Call Radio TV at extension 3132 if you think you know the answer.
In today's top story, President Trump's former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn has pleaded guilty to one count of lying to the FBI. CBS News has confirmed that U.S. law enforcement officials have long suspected that Flynn did not engage the Russian ambassador without being directed to do so. Flynn admitted in federal court in Washington, D.C. this morning that he did in fact lie to the FBI as it investigated Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election. Flynn turned himself in this morning to the FBI and was processed and charged.
In Weibo News, the Stephen J. Brady Stop Hunger Scholarship is open to students ages 5 to 25 who have demonstrated an ongoing commitment to their community by performing unpaid volunteer service impacting hunger in the USA within the last 12 months. The scholarship is valued at $5,000. Applications are available online.
Teachers and staff are reminded that fire codes prohibit covering the door surface by more than 5%. Nothing can cover the windows and nothing can interfere with egress in the event of a fire. Students are reminded that backpacks, blankets, pajamas, and slippers are not allowed in the classroom. Well, yesterday you guys voted that it was a tie between action and adventure and romance.
And now it's time for today's Twitter poll. Who do you think is taller, Mr. Browning or Mr. Foxworthy? Make sure you vote at Weibo RDTV. We'll have results in tomorrow's broadcast.
We'll be back with weather after this quick break.
And now Fiona joins us with weather. So Fiona, how's the weather looking for today?
It's looking pretty good. Let's take a look at our weather shot. As you can see, there are no clouds in the sky and there is no wind. Now, on to our current conditions. It is 49 degrees outside with sunny skies. The wind is coming out of the southeast at 3 miles per hour, and we have 0 inches of daily rain here at the studio. On to our almanac. Our record high was set in 1962 at 66 degrees. Our record low was set in 1958 at 1 degree. Our average high is 43 and our average low is 28. On to our extended forecast. Saturday we should be expecting mostly sunny skies with a high of 54 and a low of 34. Sunday we should be expecting sunny skies with a high of 57 and a low of 43. And Monday we should be expecting cloudy skies with a high of 57 and a low of 38. Now over to our interview with Jake.
Thanks, Fiona. I'm here with Mr. Compton with our interview. So, Mr. Compton, I hear you have something to tell the school about locker room rules.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Jake, for having me on. Weibo Nation, just wanted to talk to you a little bit. In the past week or so, we've had some theft situations going on in the locker room. Please make sure if you use those locker rooms after school, during PE class, anytime that you're lifting weights, whatever it is, boys and girls, please make sure that you put your stuff in a locker and lock it up. We have had several instances in the last couple of days of people losing money, so I don't want that to happen to you this close to Christmas. Also, we've had people taking some selfies and things like that in the locker room as well. The signs are on the door, so please make sure that you stay away from anything that could get you in trouble with a selfie in the locker room or not having your stuff locked up. Thanks, Jake.
You guys heard it here first from Mr. Compton. Make sure you lock up your things, Stars. That's all for our interview, and we'll be back with Sports right after this.
Here we go, off the rails. Don't you know it's time to raise
And now Peyton joins us with sports. So Peyton, there's been a lot of great athletes this year.
Yeah, Logan, there has. The Stars have been working really hard to try to get great games, and I'll get right to that in a minute. In sports, the boys' junior varsity basketball team traveled to Tri-West Thursday night. The Stars struggled to keep ahead with Bruce's defense and came up short 58-40. Jake Jones led the Stars with 17 points, and Noah McClendon had a great game with 4 steals. The team will be in action this Saturday as they host Zionsville, so come out and support your Stars. The 7th grade boys basketball team defeated Sheridan 44-21. Marcus Stepp led the team with 16 points, 5 steals, and 6 rebounds. Good job, Marcus. The team is playing Zionsville next, so wish them luck for another great game. And finally, the Western Boone swim teams will be back in action last night with Tri-West. The girls team fought hard but came up short 87-91. The boys team fell hard 53-120. The Stars will be taking on McCutcheon Monday at 6 p.m. That's all for sports. Now back to Logan and Star for the answer to the question of the day.
Thanks, Peyton. The question was, what popular cartoon series and game was inspired by Satoshi Tajiri's hobby to catch them all?
If you answered Pokemon, you are correct. The classes who answered correctly are
The Office, Mrs. Acton, Mr. Brozier, Mr. Bruni, Miss Comer, Mr. Cullen, Mrs. Foxworthy, Mr. Harrison, Mr. Haney,
Mrs. Lurch, Miss Martin, Miss Peters, Mr. Smith, Mrs. Sparks, Mrs. Walker, and Miss Weber.
That's all for today's broadcast. Thanks for joining us, Stars. I'm Logan Skelton.
I'm Fiona Cart.
I'm Peyton Pittman.
And I'm Star Luna. Have a great weekend.